Well, we continue to wait for this delay to abate because it is a combination of lightning and severe weather predicted ahead, which has ensured that the fifth T20I between India and Australia is currently being delayed. 4.5 overs, 52 for no loss. Abhishek Sharma getting a life twice on 5 and 11, but also becoming the second fastest Indian as far as innings is concerned to 1000 runs.
Fastest Indian as far as balls
are concerned. And Shubman Gill batting at a strike rate of 200. It was all shaping up to be a very, very grueling match. But now the lightning strikes have ensured that yes, you now have to go off. And there are very strict protocols.
Yeah, and the one thing before we get to those protocols, Siddharth, is we need to tell you guys there's no actual rain yet. It's an expectation that there's going to be thunderstorms and severe weather, or the severe weather warning that's out there is mostly for lightning. So there's been two major things that have happened. Of course, you've seen the players go off the field almost instantly, and a lot of the time us were wondering at that point in time, there's no rain, there's nothing, there's no precipitation, but the main thing was lightning. And even fans from the lower stands have also been asked to move to safe spots. Why? Because it's not safe to be out in the open right now, and that is where Siddharth's protocols kick in.
Yep, there is a protocol in Queensland called the 30x30 protocol, and every association, every entity in Queensland and in the Brisbane area have to follow it when there is severe weather around. Now, if there is a lightning strike, the players have been told, boss, there is severe weather around, there is lightning strikes in the area, it is not safe, you have to go. You have to follow the law that is there in Queensland. It is called the 30x30 protocol, meaning if there is lightning strikes within the 30-kilometer vicinity and you hear loud bangs and there is severe weather that's going to come up, you have to evacuate, you have to get indoors. That is the protocol. But what is the exact details of those protocols? I'll be doing a special video on that pretty soon. But you have to give kudos to Kevin Mitchell Jr., the ground curator at this point in time. Because see, his father was an expert even in the rain prediction bit. I mean, for all people, if you want to know about cricket, Kevin Mitchell Jr. and Kevin Mitchell have been the curators at the Brisbane cricket ground for nearly 4 to 5 decades now. And when Kevin Mitchell retired, Kevin Mitchell Jr. took over. Now, they have advanced warning about the weather. So Kevin Mitchell Jr. has told them, no, you have to go in. We are expecting severe rain in the next half an hour to 40 minutes. This is for a lightning strike. So that is why now, as you can see, from a lightning delay, it has now turned into a rain delay. So kudos to Kevin Mitchell Jr. for ensuring that yes, there is rain, so please leave the field. And continues the father's proud tradition. I mean, Shane, many people will not remember this, but in 1987, Australia were taking on New Zealand in Brisbane. It was getting dark, but then the umpires were saying, okay, let us continue playing, let us play and all that. Kevin Mitchell ran onto the field, and then the umpires were like, what happened? You have to go off. There is heavy rain. I have to protect my outfield. I have to protect my pitch. So he told the umpires, please go. There is going to be lightning. There will be rain. So umpires belatedly walked off. It starts to pour rain. Pouring rain. And one of the groundsfield, because of the wind, he gets swept underneath the covers. That was a very funny thing. But because of Kevin Mitchell's actions, not a single over was lost.
Imagine.
If the umpires had continued playing and it was rain and he had gotten the covers on too early, it would have been abandoned.
Yeah.
But that is why you have to give credit to Kevin Mitchell and Kevin Mitchell Jr. about the way how they predict the weather. Now there is a rain delay, and yesterday we had done the video saying that there is a 79% probability of rain in the evening time. Now it is 8 o'clock local time in Brisbane.
PM?
8 p.m. Yes, and now there is going to be a significant rain delay at this point.
Yeah, so the other thing, of course, we have to keep an eye out on is what this means for getting a game in hand, whether it be a truncated game, because I think we'll surely lose overs if the rain continues the way it has and if the weather continues to be that way. And correct me if I'm wrong, Siddharth, we've been in this situation before. I think around a 4 o'clock time is when we'd be looking at a match starting or otherwise it being called off.
See, when it happened at the Manuka Oval, we had bowled 9 overs already at that time. But then the rain continued and by 4:45. But that was also because of a special provision. In Manuka, 11 p.m. local, lights out. You
Come what
cannot
may.
you cannot have any loud events in the Australian Capital Territory post 11 p.m. local there. So they had to finish the game at that time. But in Brisbane, that's not the case. Maybe you're looking at a 5 p.m. IST. That is the period for a 5-over game. But it's a 5-over game, India will only have to face one ball.
Exactly.
And then Australia will have a DLS total to chase at that time. But I think the delays lasted for close to half an hour. We have not yet started losing overs. But you don't know, in a bilateral and in Australia, looking at the timings and looking at everything, we don't know whether the overs have already started to reduce or not. We'll get an updated confirmation on that. But as of now, it's not a lightning delay anymore. It is a rain delay.
Yeah.
So maybe for that special provision it will happen, but then many people consider, why are you being so this thing about lightning? It didn't hit the GABA. You could have continued playing. No, actually, Matthew Hayden, who's a local there and who was commentating on air, he mentioned that there have been several lightning strikes in the area. One tree was struck. There was one in the suburban area which resulted in some amount of damage. There was no power for 3 days in that area.
Imagine.
After that lightning strike. So the government protocols are very, very strict there. Lightning strike, please get indoors. Otherwise, there will be casualties as well. That's why this was a very good call that was taken. But yeah, the match, there is a 1 hour rain radar that has been predicted on the app. So that's why whether it goes away quickly, that it remains to be seen. But I question the decision to hold a T20I or any match in Brisbane now.
Yeah, this is rainy weather for them. So
Prior to the Ashes build-up, whenever we have seen Brisbane opening day Ashes test match, it's always rained.
Exactly.
So why on earth are you just going to keep matches in Brisbane? You could have kept it in some other part of the globe.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why it is that. So yeah.
And that's, I think, one of the problems nowadays with the cricketing calendar, right, is that it's all pervasive, it's all conquering. There's never a time when there's not cricket going on. If you're going to have a calendar like that, then you're going to run into such situations whereby you are going to be scheduling matches with the rain, coinciding with rainy times, hoping it doesn't rain, and then when it does rain, this is what's going to happen.
I mean, look at October, November of 2022 when the T20 World Cup happened. Australia's game against England got washed out.
Yeah.
Ireland benefited from an England
washout,
method. They lost
Yes.
by 5 runs England, DLS. So many games were impacted by rain, and even England were on the brink of elimination.
Because of that rain, thing.
So that is why rain at this point in time, you have to keep it in the period when there is a window. From November end to when you look at it, February, that's the period in Australia. But then they'll argue, but in Sydney, January, every time it rains. What do you do then? Well, that is the perils that you've got. So, New Zealand, you've seen so many games impacted by rain. I mean, the 3-match T20I series against New Zealand, England became a 1-match series.
Yeah, because of the rain.
Because of the rain. So, that's why. So, this tour that began with a damp squib in Perth,
very much in danger of ending like that.
like a damp squib in Brisbane. So, that is why we all have to wait now as to what is the current situation as far as this match is concerned. 52 for no loss. If it's a 5-over game, India will have only 1 ball to face. 4.5. So that is why I don't know whether I'll just check whether.
Let's actually take a quick look and see what exactly is happening.
Yeah. So now it is rain. Now it is raining at this point in time. Yes, it is raining now, and there is 1 hour of rain that is predicted. So that is why, looking at it now, 3:40 to get the ground ready would take half an hour. You are most likely looking at a 5-over game at the best case scenario. But if that doesn't happen, then I think we can call it quits.
In fact, so 30 minutes of lost time for a start is the general rule. So I think half an hour later is when you start.
So you have already started losing overs.
Yeah, because 30 minutes of lost time is a general rule. Whether they've made any exceptions, we don't know, because Lord knows cricket loves making exceptions for rain.
So maybe if you take away 10 minutes from the innings break, it would say 20 minutes, 10 minutes then. But even though now it's 40 minutes, you're
potentially reaching territory now where you are headed for, at best, a truncated game.
Yes.
At best, a truncated game.
Correct.
So we'll keep you guys updated if there are any more updates, because obviously I think the rain stopping is going to take some time, and of course by the time we get a game, assuming we can get a game, it'll be a while still. So stay tuned to Sports Today.
Yes, we'll be back with you as soon as we get any update on the rain stoppage and if there are overs which have been lost. So we'll join you then. Until then, there's an explainer coming up on this lightning rule that is there at the GABA.
And more videos coming your way through the day. Bye.